Okay, cool. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then go to questions.
Just really excited about the opportunity to play a top 25 opponent on Thursday here in Oxford. We usually have to wait until conference play to do that. And last year, I don't remember who did we play in the challenge. NC State, and we had to go there, and it was a great crowd. I think it was sold out, and so we've been making a push to have as many fans as possible. I would love a sold out pavilion, and there's a lot of buzz in town about the game. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for me to truly see where we are right now, and I think the time is right to do so.
Cody spoke in here about a new role you've asked her to do. Can you expound on what you've asked her to do here?
Yeah, I mean, just to be, the one that is willing to take the shot at the end of the game. She just hadn't had that opportunity at Ohio State. Not because she was incapable, they just always had someone in the role. And so this is something new for Cody, and we're asking her to expand her game. The systems are different on the offensive end, where they were more of a dribble drive team, where here we're a little bit more pro style offense as far as like how we play, where you're gonna have to rely on your individual skill to create opportunities for you once we have the action in place. So it's all been an adjustment. I think that's what I was trying to explain. Like, she hasn't played her best basketball yet because she's still figuring out her role and what that looks like for this team.
This past weekend, two more road neutral type games. Just kind of your takeaways from Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona was a great experience for us. I feel like people always move the goalpost for us. Yeah, the people always find a way to say, it's just not good enough. But we thought that those two games were good. That was a George Mason team that had Maryland. They were up on Maryland until the fourth quarter at Maryland. And I think they had only lost one game, and I was in overtime versus Temple. And it was their first game. And then we had a Wisconsin team with a coach that knows us pretty well from Missouri, and they were undefeated. They had only lost one game in overtime. So, for us, it was a great experience for us to go on the neutral site. Usually, a lot of upsets happen on neutral sites. You have to worry about the officiating and the focus and the way the arena is set up. And, I thought that our team responded well. Wisconsin has a very complicated style offense for a team like us and how we have to play. And then George Mason, more of a SEC style offense. Two different styles that we had to adjust to in less than 24 hours, and I thought we responded well.
Obviously Notre Dame is more than Hannah, but what does she present as a challenge?
She's just a fierce competitor. She wills them into wins. This is not her first time being on a team where she is the man, and I mean that respectfully. 2 years ago, she had to do it. So she's no stranger to it. She's the type that just plays with absolutely no fear and an incredible amount of confidence. The statistics say she's shooting 18% from three. You won't be able to tell. She's going to pull up as if, she's shooting 50% from the three. And I think in athletics, in sports, women's basketball, that's my expertise. You have to be confident and have that competitive swagger, and she has it.
For your first seven, not here, you're home Thursday, but back out
Yeah.
again after that. Have you liked how they've kind of responded to that challenge on the schedule?
Yeah, I think it's been a healthy challenge for us. Again, I am excited about Thursday. I think the fans are going to come out and support. If not, it will be a shame, seriously, because you have two top 25 programs coming in, a storied Notre Dame and then Ole Miss, where we have built this program to be respected. I think Nell has gone to 4 Sweet 16s. We have gone to 2 in the last 3 years. A lot of star power, a lot of two teams trying to figure it out. I know they have the $2.50 concessions. Like, I mean, you can't, the drum line, they got a dog flying all over. You know, it's going to be a great environment, and hopefully people could take advantage of it. And it's going to be warm. You know, the Christmas parade's today, and my daughter is a part of it, and I'm really sad that it's so cold outside. So I think that's going to be great. And then going on the road and playing Kansas State in a semi-neutral site, it's in their city. I think that's going to be a great experience too. And this is all a setup for home games in conference, where we're going to play tons of top 25 teams, and then going on the road and having to compete as well.
I was early to kind of ask this because you've got a lot to go, but you felt like you've gotten this team ready for a tournament run, just where the settings and the environment you played in?
You know, if I'm being completely honest, we don't even talk about NCAA tournament anymore. If we're not going there, then somewhere along the lines I've gotten something wrong, you know. So, which I'm grateful for, because that hadn't always been the case. For us, we're really focused on putting ourselves in the best position to host in the tournament and go as far as we can. That is the goal. And so, you know, our team knows that. I love the fact that our players are getting better every game. I've asked them to make a huge jump in these 2 practices to prepare themselves for the game on Thursday, that just naturally they're going to be excited to play. And everyone's going to be watching. And so, like I said, just a great opportunity for our team, and I like where we're at. But as far as NCAA tournament, we don't play for that anymore. We're on to something bigger and better.
I ask players this question or similar question, but for you, what's the biggest difference between coaching the team throughout winter break versus when they are students are on campus?
I think that's where you bond the most. You know, this is our last week of school and then finals. We get more time with them. There are no hours. So as a coach, selfishly, we love it because we get to spend a lot of time with them, and they don't have any distractions as well. And then the way our university is set up, they don't go back to school until probably the end of January. So we get a lot of time with them to just work on things that currently the time doesn't permit. And so, you know, just being in the gym, spending time, them spending time with each other, having to rely on each other. It gets back to like that summer bonding where you don't have a lot of students and you're all you got. So we only have 1 freshman, so homesickness may not be as much of an issue, but we're going to try to keep them together as much as possible.
How about finals week? Is that a concern at all for any players at all? How much does factor that play?
Not a lot, because we try to manage their time as much as possible so that they can study and prepare. And usually it would be this week where they probably need to focus this weekend, focus a little bit more, because once finals happen, like, you're either ready or you're not. So this would be the weekend they would have to lock in, and we have a game. So it's going to be a balance, but they're all, you know, pretty focused. And, you know, our administration has done a great job where, you know, we get to travel with our academic people if we feel like we need it. So they'll be ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.